I want to show you this right here. And when we think about this morning, one of the things that comes like natural, because probably my profession and Todd is the same way, is we came from a coaching background where you're constantly looking at yourself, analyzing what you're doing. If a play's working, we'll still analyze the play and how we can adjust it to make it work better. And so this is me going through the week is what I'm about to show you. You know, I'm not telling you to do it my way. I'm telling you what I do. Okay. And what I know is if I can get someone to optimization, the road to optimization, they're going to make about 12 to probably $16,000 a month. I mean, it's just the way it is. It's science, right? To the comp plan. And so anybody that's optimizing weekly, if they look at their monthly check, it's going to be hitting that 12,000 plus range, plus retail profits.
1 second. So make sure that you throw questions in the chat here, because if you can master this IPA, if you're willing to post at 9 and 3, use boards correctly, sell skinny drops, then convert. This is the greatest thing I've ever seen ever in my network marketing career, to create a pipeline that never runs out of potential big time players in your business one day.
Hey, Coach, I'm here now. Hopefully everybody can see this and take screenshots. Can you hear me okay?
Gotcha.
Okay, here's the thing. I want to take you through this really quick, okay? Our goal is to drive, okay? I'm just going to use 2 lines of business. We know this. Like the road to optimization is I want to get weekly 13,334 in at least 2 lines of business. And guess what? I'm going to be making that 12K plus a month. Guaranteed. Like without a doubt. We see it all over the US, all over the world, people doing this. But volume can paralyze you. Volume can absolutely paralyze you on this journey. So you got to focus on the activity of what we got our hands on. So let me show you the activity. First of all, how do we get customers here in the business? Using the system, using boards, posting twice a day. Okay. That's how we get customers. Now, I'm going to show you where I focus, because volume drives me nuts. Volume, my business, I'm just a mental up and down roller coaster, right? I'm excited on Friday if my volume's good. I'm depressed on Saturday. Here's what I want to focus on, activity. So here's where I focus. My head focuses. Okay. Just follow me here real quick. I'm constantly identifying my worker bees in the business. What are worker bees? People that when I put my elbow in their back will post twice a day. Okay. I'm going to talk to you about that in just a second. And when I find those people, I put their names down and I go to work with those people. What are the people that won't post twice a day? Or maybe I get a social influencer in my business, or somebody, a network marketer that knows how to build their bonuses. Congratulations. They'll blow your business up by their knowledge. Okay. But what I'm looking at is I want to build an army of people that are posting twice a day, and they get that. Okay. They get that simplicity, because what I know is this will grow over time. If I can identify 10 people in each of my lines and go to work with those people, I'll grow it to 27 people. Why? Because I'm going to teach them how to share. I'm going to teach them how to convert customers to brand partners. If Todd were to call me and say, hey, in this line right here, who's your worker bees? I could tell him, because I know if they're posting twice a day. I go look. Okay. So why is 27 something I want to grow to? Because it will optimize an income position. It will, if you get 10 people that are posting twice a day, that activity will drive buying behavior, right? You all know that. If you put in the comments how many boxes you've sold them through making your post. So the bigger this army is, guess what? The more sales, the more 10 packs that are going to move through the business, right? So that's what I want you to understand. Now, here's the thing. At this point, I'm going to give you a second thing that I look at in my business. And that is I'm constantly trying to get better at moving people from a customer to a converter, to converting them to a brand partner. Okay. Now, here's how I do it. I'm looking for the win. So that's why I put a follow-up reminder in my phone, because when a person gets a win, that's when I'm going to convert Todd on the phone with John. And I'm literally going to take 1 minute of John's time as a third-party validation, right? And so as soon as a customer gets a win, I'm going to convert them to a brand partner having zero business talk. It's all about $29.95 and a discount. $29.95 and a discount. $29.95, and we're going to do this and get your product for free. So instead of spending $150, you're spending zero, okay? Or you're spending $29.95 one time, okay? And that's the conversation I'm having. Now, once I do that and they get an ID number established, that's where I'll say, here's the key. I'm going to help you make your first post, meaning I'm going to hold your hand and do your first post with you. Listen, if you send them off to do their own post, 80% of people, adults, will never do a post. They're too scared. 20% of the people will. But if you'll hold their hand and do their first post with them, 80% of the people will make the post. 20% of people will make excuses. So it depends on how you want to do it. So once I get their ID number, that's where I push them to post the 2 times a day. And there is where I'm going to identify my worker bees or my bonus people. Remember, I love them both. I'll treat them both with respect. But when I find a worker bee that'll post, guess what? I'm looking for 10 of them in a line. If I can get 10 to go to work with, I will optimize that line, because 10 will grow to 27 if I'm identifying them and going to work with them. Okay. Now, last thing I'm going to say, I know I'm talking fast, but I just want to cover this real quick, is let's go with a game plan today. If all of you, listen, we're going to do so much at PXP, run to officer, but it could paralyze you just going, I want to get to officer. I want to make $10,000 a month. I need 13,000. All that is just stuff. That's knowing how to get activities, what drives it. So if we all locked arms right now and ran until May the 31st, how many of you could commit right now and run from right now to May 31st? Like, could you put that effort in? Just like we do our health, could you put that into your business to go optimize an income position? Okay. So April the 25th to May 31st, if we would all lock arms right here, we'll blow this business up. You go, what do we got to do? Number one, we all post twice a day. Now, we're all busy. I can promise you I'm busy. But I'm willing to lock arms with you and post twice a day. If you're willing to post twice a day using boards or using other people's social media that you copy and paste their posts, go follow John Oakey. He's one of the best. Go follow these ladies in our business. They're amazing. You can copy and paste their post or use boards and just use both days. But how many of you are willing, maybe you'll put it in the comments, if you're willing, from now until May 31st, you go post twice a day. Watch what happens to your to your retail profits by doing that. But that's not why I'm asking you to do it. You're going to make a bunch of money. That's great. But guess what you're going to get? You're going to get customers that we can go do what? Let's say you drive 30 customers in. Here's what we want to do. We want to recruit, okay, 10 customers to brand partners. Not talking about business. Now, think about your organization. If everybody in your organization recruited 10 new brand partners, how? They take their customers and they convert them over. We are converting 90% of our customers to brand partners when we're not talking about the business, we're talking about the discount. And then when they get their ID number, there's something special happens. There's a flip for a person that now is in. Now I can put my elbow in their back and move them. I can't tell you how many people I've got that are posting twice a day, doing retail profits and growing a team that came here for the discount. If I would have talked about business, I would have ran them out the door. But because I talked about a perk, I tell them, I feel guilty giving you another box because you only pay $29.95 one time. And think about this, rather than charging you $150, you're going to get this for free. Okay. And I'm going to show you how to do that. So imagine from now until May 31st, if we all focus on bringing 10 new recruits into our business, 10 new brand partners, or imagine what your organization will look like. If 100 people did that, 10 people, there's 1,000 new brand partners that's got an ID number, and now they're getting the nudge to go post twice a day. Remember, when you give them the nudge, that is where you're going to find out, are they a worker bee? Or are they a bonus person? Bonus people will make some excuses. It's okay. We're going to love them. Worker bee, that's who I identify their name. I know they're posting twice a day. I hone in on those conversion skills and I just build that army as big as I can build it. And let me tell you, I'm going to finish up with this. If you will trust me here and you go identify 10 in each line that's doing those activities and you're working with them, you're going to optimize an income. You're going to optimize a line. You optimize 2 lines, you're going to be making 12K plus inside of Partner Co. So Coach, that's it. I know I took longer than 6 minutes, but I did the best I could.
Yeah. So, you know, I hate to say these stats, but I've been out here so long, I just know them, but 70% of Americans, I know we have people all over the world. It's really this way all over the world, but 70% of us live paycheck to paycheck. 70% of us do not have enough belief in ourselves to go do something about it. We just keep doing the rat race every day. 70% of people are scared to death to start their own business of any kind. Even if it's $30, they're scared of failing. They'd rather not try than fail. So you just cannot ever overemphasize the power of getting people started on a discount. Listen, get this for free. Get this at a discount. Everybody will do that. And then they grow into the business over time. It's just a real miracle. So I'll end with this one, their IPAs. But every now and then, we're not college coaches, Brent and I, we're high school coaches. So we have to play with the players that we get. So every now and then you get a great running back and you don't have to block as well for those guys. They just make things happen. You see some of those people in this business. Some of those show up here on an IPA call and say, oh yeah, I signed up 7 people yesterday. And they give us no fundamentals of how they did it. They're just good. They've got a skill set. But they actually become the most frustrated people in my organization because they can never figure out why their business won't grow. They're like, why is my business going backwards and everybody else is growing? It's because you're really good at it and everybody in your business sucks and you're not teaching them how to do it. So what I would really love to see this IPA call really morph more into is coming and sharing not the great plays, although we want to hear them, but the IPAs, my post, my conversions, my launch parties, and how I converted, and all of that. That's where we all, like, we don't just have 10 people here that are superstars. We end up with 200, whatever there is today, 209 people with equal amount of success because we're all running the same fundamental play, which is the best play the network marketing industry has ever seen. I'm just telling you it is. I know. Brent knows. We just cannot believe it. I'm waking up every day thinking, God, please don't let anything mess this up. If you're not making money in this system, you can't do network marketing. But I got a feeling you're not doing the system if you're not making money because it's just really impossible. So anyway, that being said, go ahead.
And Coach, we know one thing, and I'll be quiet after this, is we're already preparing for the future. So if you will just go build your army of people that are posting twice a day, you don't even realize probably what that's going to turn into for the future for you. Okay. Because the system then is being learned by everybody. So everybody's going to know how to do it. And then it just becomes an insertion point of whatever we're using. And boom, we're launching it to the world. So here's the thing, build that army of worker bees.
Brent, Heel Blue just commented, and I know Heel's history. So Heel and Diane had been with you for 8 years in network marketing. And since they switched over and started doing the system correctly, I would venture to say they've made more the last 6 months than they made the first 8 years combined. Is that pretty accurate?
Absolutely. Record paychecks. And the people that are identifying the 10 in a line, it's dwarfing into 27. And the people that are doing it, Coach, I've never seen people optimize an income position in 2 months in this business. I'm like, it's blowing my mind. And what I've realized is we have a product the world wants. And so the more people in my organization that gets the word out about the product, those people are winning. And so it's not the complicated things. It's not the 2-hour Zooms. Now, there's going to be occasions where you bring a big leader over and we have to do a 2-hour Zoom with them. But it's the little simple things that are creating the most wins here.
All right. So not to intimidate anybody, but now we're ready for IPAs. And